Shoe game, the DIY PVC shoe rack. If there's one area in a closet that seems to descend into chaos faster than any other, it's often the shoe pile, am I right? Shoes kicked off, mismatched pairs, good shoes getting scuffed, it's a common battle. But I've got a wonderfully simple and surprisingly stylish solution for you, a DIY PVC shoe rack. This project is not only practical, keeping your footwear neat and accessible, but it can also be a fun, sculptural element in your closet. For this particular project, we're going to use PVC pipes with a slightly larger diameter, something around 4 inches, usually works great for most adult-size shoes. You can find these wider pipes at your hardware store, just like the smaller ones. The idea is to create individual cubbies for each pair of shoes, or even single shoes if you prefer. This keeps them separated, protected, and easy to see at a glance, so no more frantic searching for a matching heel when you're trying to get out the door. The first step is to decide on the length of your pipe segments. You'll want them to be deep enough to hold a shoe securely. Typically, a length of about 10 to 12 inches is good, but you might want to measure some of your longest shoes to be sure. Once you've decided on your length, it's time to start cutting. Using your hacksaw or PVC pipe cutter, carefully cut your 4-inch diameter pipe into as many segments as you need. Remember to wear your safety goggles. After cutting all your segments, those edges will likely be a little rough. Just like with our basic organizer, take some sandpaper and smooth out the inside and outside of each cut edge. This not only makes them look neater, but also prevents any snagging on your shoes or hands. This little bit of finishing makes a big difference in the final quality of your shoe rack. It's these small details that elevate a DIY project from purely functional to something you're really proud to display and use every day. Now for the assembly, which is more like stacking in this case. One of the most popular ways to arrange these PVC shoe cubbies is in a pyramid shape. Start with a base row of, say, 4 or 5 pipe segments laid side by side. Then, for the next row up, nestle segments into the grooves created by the row below. You'll use one less segment for each ascending row, creating that classic stable pyramid. You can use a strong adhesive suitable for plastics like PVC cement or even a strong construction adhesive to secure the segments to each other if you want a permanent structure. And here's where you can get creative. While the white PVC has a clean, modern look, you might want to customize your shoe rack. You could spray paint the segments before assembling them, perhaps a chic black, a fun bright color, or even a metallic finish. Another idea is to label each cubby if multiple family members are sharing the rack, or if you want to categorize by shoe type. This project is so satisfying because it takes a common clutter problem and solves it with such simple, customizable elegance. Chapter 6. Reaching New Heights. Vertical storage for handbags and hats. We've tackled shelves and shoes, but what about those items that often get squashed, lost, or just don't have a natural home in the closet? I'm talking about handbags, hats, scarves, and even belts or necklaces. These accessories can take up valuable shelf space or end up in a jumbled mess. But there's so much underutilized vertical space in our closets. Think the back of the door or a narrow strip of empty wall, and PVC can help us make the most of it. For this project, we're going to create some clever vertical storage solutions. One of my favorite ways to do this is by using U-shaped PVC connectors, sometimes called P-traps in the plumbing world. Though you can also create U-shapes with 2 elbow connectors and a short piece of pipe. These create perfect little cradles or hooks. Imagine a series of these mounted vertically instant custom storage for those items that are tricky to store neatly. It's all about thinking creatively about how these simple shapes can serve a new purpose. The beauty of this system is its simplicity and versatility. You can mount these U-shaped PVC holders directly onto the back of your closet door, which is often prime but unused real estate. Or, if you have some empty wall space inside your closet, they can be arranged there. You'll want to use appropriate screws and possibly wall anchors depending on your wall type and the weight of what you plan to hang, to ensure they are securely attached. Always make sure your door can still close properly if you're mounting them there. Think about what you need to store. For handbags, especially those with handles, a U-shaped PVC piece can act like a gentle hook or a cradle, keeping their shape and preventing straps from getting tangled. For hats, particularly those with brims like sun hats or fedoras, the curve of the PVC can provide nice support without crushing them. You can space these U-holders out according to the size of your items, creating a truly customized display and storage solution that keeps everything visible and accessible. But don't stop at just U-shapes. You can also create simple peg-style hooks using short lengths of PVC pipe attached to a base piece of PVC, or even a piece of wood. These are fantastic for hanging belts, scarves, or necklaces. Imagine a row of these little PVC pegs, so much neater than stuffing belts into a drawer or having necklaces tangled in a box. You can vary the length of the pegs to accommodate different items, making it a truly adaptable system. And of course, you can personalize these vertical storage elements too. Paint them to match your closet interior or your accessories for a coordinated look. You could even wrap the PVC in fabric or twine for a softer, more textural appearance. The goal here is to take that often forgotten vertical space and transform it into a hard-working, beautiful storage zone that keeps your favorite accessories organized, protected, and ready to grab and go. It's about making every inch of your closet count. Chapter 7, Hang in There, Modular PVC Hanging Rod Systems. Sometimes the biggest challenge in a closet isn't a lack of shelves, but a shortage of hanging space, especially if you have a lot of dresses, shirts, or trousers. Or perhaps you have an awkward nook where a standard closet rod just won't fit, or you're looking to add a lower rod in a child's closet to make their clothes more accessible. Well, guess what? PVC pipes can come to the rescue here too, allowing you to create custom modular hanging rod systems. For a sturdy hanging rod, you'll want to use a reasonably strong PVC pipe, perhaps something like a 1-inch or 1.5-inch diameter pipe. This will provide enough rigidity to hold a good amount of clothing without bowing too much. The beauty of using PVC for this is that you can cut the rod to the exact length you need, whether it's spanning a small alcove or creating an extra tier of hanging space below an existing rod. It's all about customizing it to your unique closet layout and needs. To build a basic freestanding or wall-supported hanging rod system, you'll typically need vertical support poles and your main horizontal hanging rod. You'll use PVC elbow joints at the top corners where your horizontal rod meets the vertical supports. For the base of your vertical poles, if you're making a freestanding unit, you might use T-connectors to create feet for stability, or flange fittings if you plan to anchor it to the floor or a baseboard for extra security. One of the real advantages here is the modular aspect. You can design these systems to be as simple or as complex as you need. Perhaps you just need a single extra rod, or maybe you want to create a whole freestanding garment rack for a guest room, laundry room, or even for seasonal wardrobe rotation. Because you're building it piece by piece, you can adapt the height and width perfectly, ensuring it fits your space and purpose like a glove. If you're adding a lower rod in an existing closet, you could create 2 shorter vertical supports that hang down from the existing shelf or rod, connected by your new PVC hanging rod. Or, you could build a small, self-contained unit that sits on the closet floor. For children's closets, this is a game changer, allowing them to reach their own clothes and encouraging independence. Just imagine their delight at being able to pick out their own outfits from a rod that's just their size. Remember to consider the weight of the clothes you'll be hanging. While PVC is strong for very heavy loads or very long spans, you might need to add a central support to your horizontal rod to prevent sagging. This could be another vertical PVC piece coming down from a shelf above or up from the floor. And as always, ensure your connections are secure, using PVC cement for any permanent joints that will bear weight. This is a wonderfully practical way to maximize your hanging space and bring order to your wardrobe. We've talked about shelves, shoes, and hanging space, but what about all those smaller items that tend to create clutter? I'm thinking socks, underwear, accessories, craft supplies, or even small toys if this organizer is for a child's closet. These little things need a home too, or they can quickly make even the most organized closet feel messy. This is where creating PVC frames to hold drawers or baskets becomes an incredibly smart solution. The concept is simple. You build a sturdy rectangular or square PVC frame or even a series of stacked frames designed to perfectly fit standard-sized cloth bins, fabric drawers, or plastic baskets. This instantly creates a set of drawers without the complexity or expense of traditional wooden drawer construction. It's a fantastic way to bring concealed storage into your closet, keeping those miscellaneous items neatly tucked away but still easily accessible when you need them. Start by choosing the bins or baskets you want to use. Measure their width, depth, and height carefully. These dimensions will dictate the size of the PVC frames you need to build. You want the bins to slide in and out smoothly, with just a little bit of wiggle room, but not so much that they're sloppy. Having the bins on hand before you start cutting your PVC is definitely the way to go, ensuring a perfect fit from the get-go. Then, Using your chosen diameter of PVC pipe, perhaps 3/4 inch or 1 inch for these frames, cut the pieces for your rectangular frames. You'll need 4 pieces for the front back, and 4 pieces for the sides for each drawer level, plus vertical pieces to connect them if you're building a tower. Assemble these using T-connectors and elbow connectors, just like our basic organizer. Again, a dry fit first is always a good idea to check your bin fit before cementing the joints. One